From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Superdome in New Orleans. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Washington Commanders and the New Orleans Saints. 2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. They begin on the ground with Kamara. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Again, it's Kamara. He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Here's Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. That's kind of a double whammy. I mean, the interception on the opening drive, that's one thing. But to give them this field position, that's another.
Absolutely perfect start for this defense. They take the ball away on the opening possession. They know that their offense will get the ball to start the second half. They line them up in field goal position. And to me, they got a chance for a touchdown right here out of the gate.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. This defense for the Saints, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
On 2, ready?
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Up the middle with Barkley. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On 3rd down, Burrow. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Sly able to put this one through. And it's 3-0 Washington. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they'll be looking to make amends for that first drive, which came to a rather abrupt ending.
Certainly did, and I remember going back to my notes before this game, and a lot of times when I scout a guy, I have a little section about how does he handle adversity. And in this case, a big check mark. He may have thrown the first interception, but I don't think he's going to throw very many more.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's second down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. Now, this looks like a roughing call. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain. 2nd down. The Saints at 2-0 here to begin the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the 50, it's Watson. There's Chris Olave. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. On 2nd and 1, Watson. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. 14 yards that time for number 14.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Saint touchdown. Alvin Kamara, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints are able to answer the early 3 points and take a 1st quarter lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
Play action. It's Burrow. They'll roll him out right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, helped their spot, and stacked him up.
Burrow on play action, rolling to his left. They'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 12-yard line. On the draw, this is Barkley. Ooh, the juke. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Here we go.
They'll try and run forward with Barkley. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Ready?
And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked him back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field.
Check, man. Check, man.
3rd and goal at the 4-yard line. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Saquon Barkley, his 1st touchdown of the new season. And the Commanders are once again back in front. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. We'll see a return here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
And just a yard to go here on second down. A give to Kamara running right. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Watson on 3rd down. Found his target. It's Anderson. And he is going to have a Saints first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. To throw is Watson. Eluding the pressure right. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
Good for a Saints. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Back to throw, Watson. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. So as they take it over, we step aside. On second down, Kamara. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Watson now to throw.
Got an open man. It's Olave. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 29-yard line. 18 yards, a big pickup there on 3rd down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Back to the ground, it's Kamara. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Watson.
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Adam Troutman,
his 2nd touchdown on the season,
as his guys have now moved out in front. Extra point by Bangsley, up and good.
And the lead is now 14-10. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25.
Ready?
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need a score here, not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow.
And he's taken down here by the Saints.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well. That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Now a hit and a loose football. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown.
Slide for the PAT.
It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead.
Makes the score. Commanders 17. Saints.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Well, their first two drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
Watson off play action. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
Well, they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
A 10th carry for Kamara. Room here to run. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 40 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Now it's Watson. Flush to his right. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Watson. He's got Anderson right side. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Delay of game penalty. Ships him back 5 yards, makes it 3rd and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Partner, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10.
On one, ready?
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half. There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest, and with a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. Oh, what a juke into space. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Commanders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it. And it's intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
A 1st down carry for Barkley, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Sliding out of the pocket, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Catch is made here by Ernst Smith Jr. And they will have a 1st down as they are definitely in field goal range now, down at the 20-yard line.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Now Burrow on 1st down. This is caught. Touchdown. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Commanders will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
31. Saints 14.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
At their own 15-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together.
And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback.
On one, ready?
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Running again with Barkley on second down. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 138 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And now they will throw it with Burrow. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him, but even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Tressway now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. This will be fielded at the 17. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Here's Watson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. First target, first catch, and a first down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
On 1st and 10, Watson. He'll air this one out for Boyd. And that is incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. He's going to go up top again. And that will be incomplete.
Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Again, it's Watson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Again, it's Barkley. A beautiful fake. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 151 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Here we go.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They go play action with Burrow. That one complete down the field to Smith. Touchdown, Washington. Irv Smith Jr., 61 yards. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is now 24.
The score, Commanders 38, Saints 14.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now. And now Watson throws another interception. Daxton Hill picks it off, and the Commanders are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense.
Barkley hit, and the ball pops free.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
From the gun on third down is Burrow. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
Handoff up the middle. Hunt. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. Alontae Taylor up to make the tackle.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
On third down, Barkley. And he will not get what he needed as he stops short of the first down at around the 22. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. Sly able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Now Watson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on 3rd down, Watson. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here comes the Saints punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
On one, ready?
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. You just kind of feel for the defense right now. This deficit, they have not been able to stop them the entire game, Charles. And some hands on hips, some long faces out there on the defensive side. Oh, they're like, oh my gosh, we got to face these guys again here.
Yeah, people don't understand how hard it is when you're on the side that's being dominated to keep your head up and continue to play hard. And that's what they're going through right now, trying to find that pride inside of them to allow them to continue to fight, even though they are down huge in this game.
Hey, we got to go score.
They'll run wide side here with Barkley. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. So a nightmare start to the drive as they're already staring at 2nd and long. They'll run it again with Barkley. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Only 2 yards on the pickup there, and now they're looking at a long 3rd down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Sly able to put this one through.
And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
At their own 18-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
Flushed out right. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And this one is incomplete.
Now that's a dangerous throw right there. Moving off to his right, throwing it all the way back across field to his left. I know he had a lot of confidence in his arm. But sometimes the ball can just hang up there when it goes that distance. He was fortunate it was just incomplete.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Watson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Back to throw. Watson.
That's complete to Troutman right side.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a first down.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Watson looks to throw again. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So they keep the football, but now face second and long.
To throw is Watson. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Cole Holcomb proving too much there for the offensive line. He gets the sack.
You can almost see all the defenders rubbing their hands together with glee because we all know they relish the chance to bring down a quarterback of his caliber. Anyone who brings him down has plenty to talk about. Not just a sack, but a big win built off the efforts of this defense.
Third and long, it's Watson.
Open man is the tight end Troutman. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. 39 yards.
And the Saints get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good, as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25.
Here we go, here we go.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They can definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
Right?
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. And he loses the football the second time. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. On first down, Watson. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And my goodness, another interception.
Daxton Hill picks it off, and the Commanders are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
Here we go.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. 3rd down and 9. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
So it's Commanders football as we get back to it.
They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. On 3rd down, a run from Breida. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. So they went a little cautious there on 3rd and long.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Remember, they're playing with a lead right now. So getting a first down, yes, that would be great. But even more importantly, take care of the football. No turnovers, no big plays for the other team, and keep the clock moving.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long after that sack. What does Watson have in his arsenal? And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Jamin Davis.
CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense